All right, so back out to the garage here. I've pretty much got everything out here. I've got the pork loins here. I've also got a round aluminum tray that I get from the one of the local grocery stores. They actually make pizzas on them, but I buy them brand new from the store. This is my last one, so I'm gonna have to get some more. I've also got a temperature probe that hooks up to the DigiQ system back there. I've got a couple quarts of water, and then I've got my wood chips. Now I did drain these before I came into the garage. So I had the grill up to 350 for a while, and then I got it to come back down. I purposely had it at 350 just to get it going good. I brought it down to 275 is what it's set at right now, and that's about where I'll leave it probably, especially in the winter. I don't take it much lower than that. It's some people say you could go lower and slower cook than that, but that's what I do. So anyways, I did turn off the vent hood, so hopefully you can hear a little bit better. I had the cooking grate in here just for the purpose of getting it cleaned off, so I do need to pull that back out for a minute. So from here, so now the charcoal is nice and hot. I'm going to take my wood chips and just simply get them all spread around. And this will start to smoke at any time, so I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible now at this point, especially with the vent hood off. I do have a window upstairs in the attic of the garage open, and I've got a fan blowing out. In the summertime, I leave the roof vents open on the garage. I do cover those in the wintertime specifically just to try to keep some heat in for the vehicles. So, all right, they're starting to smoke already. I'm gonna slip on my long gloves. I've got some long grilling gloves, and then I'm gonna grab the Big Green Egg plate setter. It's a ceramic disc, basically. For my purpose, I'm gonna turn it upside down, and we'll set that in place. Now what this does is it makes the heat come up from 3 different slots and gives an indirect cook. This is one of the things that allows the Big Green Egg to be a grill, a smoker, and it's just so thick. It can be a brick oven. You can actually bake pizzas or cookies and pies and stuff in here. All right, so now again, I've got this pizza tray, aluminum pizza tray. It's probably only about a ½ inch deep. It's not very deep at all. I'm gonna set that right in the middle. Now I've just got water. Oh, that apple wood smells really good. Water basically just to help keep everything moist. Alright, so we'll get the water in there. From there, let's get our cooking grid back in. Like so. And now we're gonna start setting our pork loins on the grill. Try to arrange them to try to keep them over top of this drip tray and moisture as much as possible. So let's see what we can do with them. Not going to be perfect, but there we go. I'm gonna grab a napkin quick. All right, next here, we're really starting to smoke. I want to take my temperature probe and I want to go into one of these middle loins here. So just like that. All right. Shut this back up. Now, from here, I'm going to take, and I've got the DigiQ up here. So I'm going to take and just plug in the food probe, and then I'm going to go ahead and set the food temp. Now I want this to alert me a little early, so I mean I'm going to run these up to about 165 when they're done, but I'm going to set it to 150 degrees right now. That way it'll alert me early as to when they're done, but then I can start keeping an eye on them more closely. So it does say food temp right now is at 55 degrees. I have found that this thermometer is off a bit from normal. So I mean, what I do is I use one of those instant read meat thermometers, digital meat thermometers. So this I just use as my initial guide to let me know, hey, it's getting up there, it's getting close. Then I start looking more specific and keeping a better eye on it. So that's what I do. The temperature of the pit of the grill right now is 140 degrees. So we had it open for a while, so it definitely cooled down. So it's gonna, come back up. It is rising. I've again got it set at 275. So it'll take a bit for everything to come up to temp and start cooking, but that's where we're at. I'm going to turn the fans back on here so that we can get that exhaust. I'm going to go clean up a bit, and we got several inches of snow last night, so I'm going to go move snow. So we'll let this cook. I'm going to move snow. We'll check back in with you after a while. Alright, it's been about an hour, so I walked back out to the garage. Let's check in on things and see how it's doing. Well, it says we're up to 275 degrees in the pit. And we're up to about 112 degrees on the food. So that's the meat thermometer probe. So let's go back to the pit there. So, well, let's open her up and take a look. I'm gonna burp it quick. Looking wonderful. They're just a cooking away. We got plenty of water still down in the bottom, so all right, I'm gonna close that back up. I want them cooking. So, all right. Well, I'm back to moving snow. We'll check in on them later. All right, so I took a break from blowing snow because I wanted to see how we were doing. We're about 2.5 hours now since we started these, and I was hearing the as soon as I walked in the garage, I was hearing the alarm going off for the temperature. So I still have my snow pants on because I'm not even done moving snow, but I went in the house and got the things ready. I grabbed my instant read digital thermometer. So let's open up and see where we're at. So I'm looking for an internal temperature about 165. And then I'll pull them out and let them rest if that's the case. So we'll see where we're at. Yeah, I don't think we're quite gonna make it. We're about 149 in that one. 155, 159, 159 again, 157, and 159. So, all right. They need a bit longer yet, which is pretty much what I expected. I had even bumped the DigiQ up to 160, so it was saying like 161. The instant read wasn't even getting up to 160. You know, it was 159 was the max. So. These need a little bit longer yet, so I'm gonna go back and move some more snow and check in after a bit. All right, it's been about 4 hours now total that these have been on here cooking. I did just check the temps again, and we're pretty much right on 165 with all of them. A couple of them are a little warmer than that. A couple of them are just a hair under, but I'm gonna pull them off now and let them rest. Also, Samantha wants steaks grilled tonight, so I gotta get this switched over to a grill so we can grill the steaks since I got it running already. So, all right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull these off. I've got a cookie sheet over here that's got aluminum foil sheets on it that I got ready. So I'm going to take one by one, I'm going to take them off, put them onto a piece of aluminum foil and wrap them. And then I've got a cooler sitting right over here with a couple of towels in it. One towel underneath and one on top. So I'm just going to let the pork loins sit in there and rest for a bit. So let's get going. So they're looking really good. So I've got a big tongs here, so I'm just gonna take and one by one set them over. Wrap them in foil like so and go set them in the cooler. If this camera had smell-o-vision, that's good. All right, from here now they're gonna rest for an hour or so. Then I'll take them out of the aluminum foil. I'll put them into Ziploc bags and put them in the fridge overnight. and then they'll be sliced tomorrow. So we'll continue this on tomorrow. For now, I'm gonna get this switched back over to a grill and get it warmed up to proper temp to grill with. I think we're grilling T-bone steaks tonight. So with that, we'll warp to tomorrow. So we'll see you in a minute. For me, I'll be back in about 12 hours. All right, good Tuesday evening. So we got the pork loins all cooked up yesterday. They've been sitting in the fridge overnight. I was able to get 2 chunks into a gallon Ziploc bag, so I've got 3 Ziploc bags full. So I've got my meat slicer out and set up, and then I've got a tray here as well. So I'm going to slice a couple of these and just kind of show you what I do. And then I'll probably warp forward and do the rest of them, and then we'll do some of the bagging afterwards. So let's get started. So nice and cold, nice and firm after being in the fridge overnight. So I'm going to take, and I think I've got my slicer set just about right here for the thickness. I'm going to cut a couple and we'll find out. Yeah, not bad. I might be able to go a little bit thinner, but that's pretty good. I don't know what that is. A little over 1/8 of an inch maybe. But, so I'll just keep making slices. All right, so there's 1 chunk sliced. From here, what I do is I normally make 3 sandwiches when I work. So I put 2 slices of meat on each sandwich. So what I normally do then is I just count out 6 slices and just kind of make piles. And then I will bag that individually, then six slices per bag. And I'll put these in the freezer, and then when I need them, I just take them out like the night before I work and let them thaw out in the fridge, and then I can make my sandwiches. So I'm just going to keep going, making some piles, and continue slicing. Yeah, we got 8 work shifts there, 8 days worth out of 1 part of loin. So I'm going to keep going from here and continue slicing, and I'll check back in with you later. Alright, so I've got it all sliced, and all of these are all piles of 6. I didn't even keep track of how many piles there were. I'd sliced 6 and put them over in the pile. So I do have a few odds and ends here. There might be 1 or 2 more piles of 6 in here that I could salvage. Otherwise, these are some ends and some crumbs and such. So, but now at this point, the next step is to pull out the big box of quart-size Ziploc bags and start bagging them up. So, I literally just put 6 in a bag, try to get as much air out of them as I can, and seal them shut, fold them over. Make a pile. So then from here, once I get them all bagged, then I'll take these out and put them in the freezer. So alright, so we got it all bagged up now. So we got 48 bags, nice bags of smoked pork loin sandwich meat. I'll take these out to the freezer and freeze them now. Also have 1 bag of just some odds and ends pieces that I can munch on or make sandwiches out of. And do have a little bit of crumbs, as I call them, just little pieces from the meat slicer that just kind of, comes, when it cuts, it comes into kind of a crumb form. So I'll use those on a salad. So everything's usable. So yeah, I think that's it. So hope you enjoyed how I make my smoked pork loin sandwich meat. This will be good now. I've got many work shifts of sandwiches here, so it'll be a while before I have to do this again. So, well, time to take these out to the freezer and clean up the mess from the slicer. So, with that, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.